So a lot of people are tired of the Kendrick versus Drake beef, and there are many people who are not, like this young man here.
Yo, even if y'all say Drake ain't win, I'm rooting for any nigga that can fuck Kendrick up. I'm tired of this shit. He got rappers sounding like hoes. Niggas apologizing, scrolling through their text messages, unsending. What is this nigga doing? Y'all got the same 24 hours in a day. Why can't y'all squabble with this little midget?
Boy, there's nothing like a sore loser. But I think it's bigger than that. Though Drake is not taking his loss in the battle to Kendrick Lamar very well, I also think that the fans don't really understand what was at stake in the battle and some of the ramifications that have come from the battle as far as people's business, people's money, and the opportunities that the battle has presented, as it not only captivated the hip hop community, but damn near the entire world. Let's get into it. Now, as we get closer and closer to October's very own and the OVO Fest and the fall season, which is Drake's season, close to his birthday, things are shaping up as far as how things will proceed with the battle. And we know now through this post by Drake.
Put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2. Backing off. We will win game 2.
That there will be a game 2. Now, most people are assuming that that is directly a shot at Kendrick, but if you follow Drake's Finsta, and I'm going to cover this in another video, game 2 is going to be very different than game 1 was, so to speak, right? Quote unquote. You know, if we want to put it in game context, you know, Drake was up in the first and second quarter, he was doing his thing, then Kendrick and the team came back in the third and fourth quarter and blew them out by like 45 points. So the question remains, how will game 2 look exactly? Now, I think game 2 won't be anything like game 1. For one, Kendrick's motivation to engage in another battle with Drake, it just probably is not there. You know, he won, he doesn't have to engage in another making songs for Drake. First of all, he probably has 6 more songs, but the TDE 20th anniversary is something that I think people are missing as far as Kendrick dropping music. Now, Academics posted this as far as his sources about Kendrick dropping music.
DJ Head saying, Dot don't talk to nobody, especially Ack. I'm the greatest single journalist you've ever heard of. I want to put that out there. And I'll tell any nigga that's in the industry. I built a 20 plus million industry by doing this shit. I played Drake's video and Drake had to ask me, how'd you get it? When I tell you something came from, or something I know when it comes to Kendrick or whatever, I'm gonna talk to the label, the distributor, I'm gonna talk to the niggas who they pay to, hear this loud and clear. The niggas who they pay to do the rollouts and buy the shit. Yes, I talk to all of them. So when I say some shit, I don't give a fuck about talking to Kendrick. If I leak a Jay-Z news, I don't gotta talk to Jay. Never have, never probably will, and don't care, but it will be accurate. So let me put that out there very clear. I never said I talked to Kendrick, and I don't need to. I have sources on all of these niggas. You know, half the time I come up on this shit, the distributor done call me. The label done call me.
And that was aimed at DJ Head. And though I do understand what DJ Head meant as far as Academics being a source for Kendrick, as far as Kendrick not speaking to him at all, but at the same time, Academics never said that Kendrick was dropping music towards Drake. He just said that he was dropping music. Now, TDE's 20th anniversary is coming up. They were supposed to, as you see on this post right here, the album was supposed to be ready by the early part of the year. Now, of course, we know after Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick dropped Like that changed everybody's plans almost across the industry, right? Because that launched the biggest battle at this point in hip hop history. And I believe due to the reaction from the fan base and from everybody, you know, newscasts, you had everybody tuned in to this battle. I think that changed everybody's plans and they saw a bigger opportunity, right? So now there's no better launching point than Kendrick defeating Drake in a battle to launch the TDE 20th anniversary project. So that's, I think, where Kendrick's concentration will be. I don't think it will be in trying to go back and forth with Drake. Now, will Drake take shots at Kendrick? Maybe. I don't think that's a definite either. But Drake has a lot of other fish to fry. Now, I mentioned in the It's Up Lyrics Explained video, you'll want to check that out. The link for that will be at the end of this video and in the description as well. A$AP Rocky pushing his album closer to OVO Fest in October. Now, there's rumored to be a Drake diss on the album. Again, that's a good launching point for the album. And people saying, oh, they're using Drake as a launching point or as a marketing tool for their album. Yes, that's smart business. He shouldn't be dissing people and sneak dissing people the way he has. He's had the biggest and craziest sneak disses in history. And for that video, you definitely want to check that one out. The link is above right here. I'll put a card up there. The link will definitely be at the end of this video and in the description below. You got to check that video out. Drake has been sneak dissing Kendrick, A$AP Rocky, and Joe Budden for sure, right in front of our face with the last 3 albums. And nobody picked up on it. Check that video out. That video should be going viral. That should be like a 1 million view video because the sneak disses were genius, but also very petty at the same time. So he's kind of asked for what he's got in that quote unquote game 1 loss that he took to Kendrick. It's also why it kind of became or looked like a 20v1 because he's been sneak dissing a lot of people right in front of our faces. As many people in my comments said, and as Kanye West said, Drake sneak disses people in a way that only he and the artist know that he's dissing them, and everybody else is kind of not in the loop that he's throwing shots. And it's not just through rhymes and raps, but it's through the marketing of his albums and concerts and so many other things. So when you watch that video, and please click the link, check that video out for sure, you'll understand how prepared Kendrick was for this battle and why he was so prepared for the battle, right? So I don't think Kendrick is really worried about what Drake is going to do, right? He's overly prepared for what Drake could do. But Drake has to salvage the fan base, the positioning, and the power that he has lost by losing this battle to Kendrick Lamar in such a big fashion, right? And I think people are kind of misconstrued about one thing as far as Universal Music Group and their part in this. They don't really have a part in it, I don't think. I don't think they really care. Both artists are under Universal Music Group. Kendrick Lamar is an Interscope artist, okay? Interscope is a subsidiary, and that means a lower company basically, or a partial company of UMG, all right? UMG is over both artists. So I don't think they really care one way or the other as long as the streaming numbers are up. And the battle was very good for streaming numbers across the board. Now, some of the artists who release music close to the battle aren't seeing the popularity in the streaming numbers that their albums would normally have, but to me that was just bad timing and they should have waited a little bit. I know people had their rollouts ready already, but I don't think anybody could predict the battle between Drake and Kendrick becoming such a huge thing and kind of sucking all the attention away from everything else that was happening in music and entertainment, and especially hip hop. But I think now that people understand the attention that will be on what Drake is doing and what Kendrick is doing, I think you're going to see a lot of marketing plans go out and a lot of music come out that will look to capitalize off of that moment. And my next video that I'm going to do is going to be how will Game 2 really play out. Though I think it will be different, I still do think it will be, at the end, it will be shots at Kendrick. But I think he will get the other artists out of the way first before he comes at Kendrick. Now, I believe he's coming at Kendrick because in the second 100 gigs release that he did, all of that or most of that video footage is surrounding the rollout of Nothing Was the Same. And we know that is the start of the beef because that is when Kendrick and Big Sean dropped Control. So be on the lookout for that, but who knows? We all could be wrong. They could all piece it up. They could have pieced it up in the background. This could all be, they could come out with a collaborative album. But I'm gonna be honest, I seriously doubt it because these guys just really don't like each other. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button for me. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. We out.